We're here with Michigan head men's lacrosse coach John Paul here on 2013 ECAC Lacrosse Media Day. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great, thanks, Scott.
Great. So a couple questions for you. After seeing the team take the field for practice in the preseason, how do you anticipate us faring against Penn State in the early portion of the season?
This is still a process for us. We're in the middle of a long process of building the kind of program that we want to have here. It's an exciting time for us. We're a significantly different team than we were at this point last year. We know what we're doing. None of this is new to us anymore. And we have a lot more depth and a lot more talent on this team. So we're really excited about what we can do. Now we have to get out and do it.
Talk about, you mentioned some of the significant differences. Touch on that a little bit deeper as compared to last year's squad in terms of, depth and having an idea of what we're doing this year as opposed to last year when it was our first years of
Well, there's no doubt. We had one guy on the roster last year that had any Division I lacrosse experience in Jason Davis, who transferred in from Manhattan, and nobody else. So in a sense, even our seniors were freshmen in a lot of ways, and we were learning as we were going, and there was a lot to learn. We knew that going in. We knew there would be. I think a lot of it was kind of a shock to the system of our guys, and we got better as the year went on, and that was obvious. This year we came in with returning players that had been through it, that understood what it takes, and a freshman class that came here to do this. And it's a completely different dynamic. We have a locker room full of guys that understand what it is to be a Division I athlete in Michigan and want to excel.
You mentioned those freshmen, affectionately known as Class 1, as well as a handful of transfers that came in. Talk about the guys that you think will stand out this year.
I hope all of them do. There are a few that have been standing out so far. Kyle Jackson is obviously the first one that comes to mind. Kyle's a do-everything midfielder. He'll be all over the field for us. He won't leave the field that much. And we're going to depend on him pretty heavily. We have another midfielder, Mike Hernandez, who won't be available this weekend, but is going to be, I think, a big factor for us in the midfield this year as we go forward. Has all the tools athletically to excel at the Division I level. Charlie Keedy and Chase Brown on the defensive side have really stood out, and will certainly be factors defensively. And as we saw last weekend in our scrimmages, Gerald Logan in the cage, we're going to be depending on him a lot. And as our defense matures and really gets a sense of how we need to play defense this year, we're going to be putting some pressure on our goalie. And Gerald showed last weekend that if he can maintain that level of ball stopping, we're going to be in pretty good shape.
ECAC, one of the top conferences in the country, from top to bottom. Everybody knows about the Loyolas, the Denvers. Talk about one of the sleeper teams in the conferences this year.
I hope that's us. I hope we're the sleeper team. There's certainly not a lot of high expectations about where we're going to be and what we're going to do. We have high expectations for ourselves. But this is a tough conference, top to bottom. I mean, and that's Division I lacrosse in general right now. There's a lot of parity. Any given Saturday, somebody can beat somebody else. So I don't think we really get a game off in the ECAC. Everybody's tough, and certainly we have the programs everybody looks to at the top, but also having Ohio State and Fairfield and Hobart, programs with pretty rich traditions that play great lacrosse. Air Force returns almost everybody from a team that gave us a lot of trouble last year. So there's a lot of good lacrosse in this conference.
Loyola, defending national champions, came to Oosterbaan last year, played us. This year we play them in the Big House. You feel they have what it takes to repeat as national champions this year?
Oh, there's no question they have what it takes. I've coached repeat national champion teams, and what it takes is maintaining the hunger. They certainly have the talent. They didn't lose a whole lot of talent from last year's team, and I loved their culture last year. I loved what they did with that team and the way they approached the game and their preparation. If they can stay hungry and stay and prepare at the same level, I'm sure they're going to be in the mix.
What are your overall thoughts on the team heading into this season? Expectations, what you're looking forward to the most?
I always look forward to the same things. I look forward to seeing our guys develop through the course of the year, through being part of this program. And, I want us to get better on and off the field. I want our culture to keep evolving into what we want it to be here, which is an elite Division I culture. And we're program building, and as we do that, as we put all the pieces in place, as we build the culture and the confidence to be what we're going to be, the wins
Thanks a lot, Coach. We appreciate it. Michigan head lacrosse coach John Paul on 2013 ECAC Media Day.